Hello, you are looking at the 12 most common words. We just looked at reading them in sentences. Now we are going to look at how they are written and how we can read what they are written. Now I hope that most of you already know the sounds, the basic sounds of English, but as you can see, a lot of these words use different sounds that aren't just the basic ones, and the ones that are a bit difficult I have made red. So the A in was says like a R sound. The O in to says a U sound rather than an O sound. So we're going to look at this in more detail. Let's look at our first word. Is. Now this is a fairly simple word. Is, like in he is happy. So is. It's got a slight z sound to it, but it's a fairly straightforward word. The next one is still an I word. In, as in he is in the house. In. And. And. So as in the dog and the cat are sitting on the mat. So and. And. It. It. Like it is a nice day outside. It. A. Now this letter can say an A sound, but in this case it says an A sound, although when we speak quickly sometimes people say like the boy and the girl are going to a school. So sometimes it's said as an but if we speak correctly we would use this A sound. So the sound that the letter makes. This one, B-E. Now this letter often makes the E sound. In this case it makes its name sound, so it makes a longer E sound. B-E. B, as in I like to be at home. I. Now you'll notice all the other letters we did in small letters, but this is in a capital letter because this is the I, as in I am happy to be here. I is always in a capital letter when we are talking about ourselves. So that's I. Now these are a little bit more difficult because here two letters make one sound. So a T and an H together make a F sound, as in that and the. Let's look at that more closely. That. So at that. And the, or the. Sometimes people say the. The, the. As in the dog. Now here we have two. Now this is the two, like I like to go to school. Both of those, I like to go to school, are spelt this way. Now there are two other twos. So the two as in number two, which is spelt T-W-O, and the two as in me too, or I like to go to school too. That last two is spelt with two O's. So this is to go, to be, to school. That's this two. And finally, was. Now this is a W, an A, and a S. But it's not spelt as, it's not said as an A, it's spelt as an O more, or an A. Was. Different countries will pronounce this slightly differently. the main thing to remember is when a W comes near an A, it often makes it say a slightly different sound. So the W and the S are still the same. It's just you've got to remember that that A actually there's an R sound there, was. And finally, of. Here the O is making an sound and the F is making a V sound. So this is quite a difficult word if you're spelling phonetically, but it's one you just need to memorize, that this says of, like lots of money, or a piece of cake. And that finishes us off with going through each of those words. Now, don't be too worried if you didn't pick all of that up. You can either watch this video again or have a practice reading and writing them in the next video. The link is on the screen now.